This is actual story of how I turned $9.95 preset into multi six-figure per year business. The point where I had some months where I made $60,000. I think that was the highest month of my digital product career. And in this video, I'm going to talk about how I actually made it happen. So about 14, 15 months ago, I decided to take my personal brand more seriously on Instagram specifically. And I set myself a challenge to post one reel per day for an entire month. Was December 2022. And at the time, I was still working with, clients, creating content for them, stuff like that. And, I was fortunate. In the first month of me starting to take my personal brand more seriously, I hit 100,000 followers. I had nothing, no way to monetize that. And even with 100,000 followers, I still was not making any money. And I still kept working with the clients that I had at the time. I started getting a lot of DMs from my followers saying, I like the way you edit your content. The only question I have for you is how do you make it look so dark, aesthetic? I can't figure it out. Can you make me some sort of preset for that? And that preset started essentially from people asking me, yo, how do you make those videos? Those videos that you see right now on the screen, I'll throw some of them on the screen right now. Instead of, as explaining them how to do that, instead of explaining how to create effects and stuff like that, I just launched a preset on simple platform like Gumroad. And my first month, I made $300, I think $400 profit, nothing crazy, right? First day was the biggest day, and then it fizzled it out because I wasn't really promoting it. It was nothing crazy. But then people who purchased the preset, they were kept asking me the same question over and over again. How do you edit the content? Preset is great, but we don't know how to edit content the way you do it. That's how my first ever course was created. It was a 5-lesson, 6-lesson course. It included a preset and showed how I edit videos, right? And that course was for $47. And guys, the first day when I received my first sale for that course, day number 1, was the day when I decided that I'm not gonna sell my time for money anymore. Back at the time, I was listening a lot to Naval Ravikant, specifically to this podcast called Get Rich Without Getting Lucky. That podcast absolutely changed my life and the way I view things. What Naval Ravikant says is that you want to focus on selling things that has no marginal cost of reproduction. So think about it. If I get a client, I have to deliver a service for him. If I get 2 clients, I have to spend 2 times more time, essentially, delivering the same services for him. And the next month, I have to do this all over again. There is no system. Nothing is being built, right? I just keep scratching and keep selling my time for money. So knowing all of this, what is the secret, right? The secret is products. Creating a course, creating a Notion template, creating a preset literally takes you, some time up front. You have to put in time up front, especially if you want to build a good product. And that's what I recommend to do. It could be sold 1,000 times. It could be sold 2 times. But the amount of, it takes for you to deliver, it takes you nothing, right? It's being delivered instantly. And people actually get better results with it. Let me explain you. So if you edit content for clients, and if you put that information inside the program, teaching other people how to edit the same way that you do, they're going to learn themselves and they're going to do it themselves instead of depending on you. $47 product, I start selling it. Nothing's crazy, but people start asking you questions. And whenever you start seeing the same question appear over and over again, you create a lesson on that. Whenever somebody asks you how to edit content the way you do it, whenever somebody asks you how to pick a better niche, whenever somebody asks you, hey, how do I set up my, Premiere Pro editing sequence? You make a lesson on that, and you compile all those lessons in the program and you keep making it better. That's what I did, right? I kept making it better and I kept selling it over time. And over time, I kept increasing the price and keep selling it. Your sales process gets better because people get better results. You can use those results as your testimonials. And you improve your sales funnel. You improve essentially entire sales process for your product. And, in month number 1, you're making $300. In month number 2, you're making $500. In month number 3, you're making over $1,000. You know what happened for me in the month number 4? I made $10,000. The jump from $1,000 to $10,000 happened exponentially. This is not going to happen with, services most of the time. It's a slow growth, but product businesses has a hockey stick growth most of the time, right? So month number 4, I was making for $10,000 a month. I never went below that. And after 5 months from that, in November 2023, I hit $65,000, nearly $65,000 per month profit. And it was all profit, 100%. Unless, of course, you have to pay for hosting platforms and some sort of software, but that's nothing. That's just few $100 a month. So me starting with a $9 preset, turning that preset into a product, essentially changed my life. And now I'm going to tell you what mistakes other people make most of the time when trying to replicate something like this. Now, first mistake, realize that you're not going to replicate what I did. I was not really looking at somebody else and doing the same way that he done it. I've done it my own way. I developed my own systems for marketing. I developed my own systems for selling. And I created my own system for running this business. You need to apply timeless principles, but you can't really focus on copying somebody else and getting the same exact results. So what are the principles? The principles simply is going to be having a good product, right? Having a product that people want to buy, having a good product. And the only way you're going to build that good product is that if you start with scrappy bad product first. Start with version number 1 on whatever that is, right? If you are a content creator already, if you're getting a messages constantly on Instagram, hey, how do you edit your reels, right? Make a product about that. Sometimes our best ideas are the ones we are avoiding already. We already know that we need to do that. Most of the time, it just doesn't look that sexy. And most of the time, it doesn't look that it's going to work, right? You think to yourself, who's going to buy this from me? Why from me, right? But if you're getting people asking you constantly on this specific thing, that's a good indicator that, it's a good idea. Most people make a big mistake on being too perfectionist, right? And this is something that I fall into as well. Remember how I started with $9.95 preset, and I launched that product in a day. I got an idea and I launched it. And most people who are smarter than me, I see they make this massive mistake of they want everything to be perfect. They even register their business. They register the business, they spend months on building their website and creating and crafting a good logo, and they ignore what people and market asks for them, and they create a product based on their needs, based on what they want, based on what they think it's gonna work. And that's the biggest mistake. You actually need to go the opposite way. You start with something so small, a version 1, and then over time, you increase that into version 2, version 3, version 4, version 5, and you keep selling it. You keep cash flowing from it. And each iteration, each update, it's going to take you longer time to make it better. But you already are making money, right? I actually recently launched a full 25-minute free training where I detail everything I took. This whole process that I'm talking to you, I show you everything step by step, everything I've done to reach, those 50, 60K per month, months essentially in profit. And I'm going to leave the link to that video down below this in the video description. So feel free to check it out. Digital products are a beautiful thing. And digital products could be YouTube videos as well. Think about Joe Rogan, for example. He was working the same amount of time on his first ever podcast that he is doing right now. But the amount of money he's making from his newest recent podcast is exponentially more than he's making on a first podcast. Probably on his first podcast, he's losing money because he had to buy equipment and stuff. He's spending time, he's not earning anything back from it. But a year later, he's making more money. 2 years later, he's making even more money. It grows like hockey stick. It's exponential. The same happened with me. My first month of launching my digital product, I made $300 or $400 profit. My 10th month, I made $65,000 profit. Just think of the difference. That's crazy, right? And now I'm on a run rate to make $500,000 this year with my digital product portfolio. That's another thing. With digital products, you build this baseline, which is your personal brand. Your personal brand is a baseline that you can use as a beautiful marketing channel for anything that you want. And if you launch a preset, that doesn't mean you have to sell presets all the time. And if you launch a course, that doesn't mean you have to sell the same course. You can improve it, you can change it, you can start a new one, right? Look at Dan Ko, for example. He has a portfolio of different digital products he's offering to his audience. And you come up with ideas for those digital products through your audience. So personal brand is very necessary if you think about it, because this is how you're going to generate ideas for products. And then you launch those products, and the ideas to update those products is going to come from your customer feedback, from customers asking you for specific things, and then you improve it. That's why I believe in 2024 and beyond, it's a gold rush, right? Getting into digital products, it's a gold rush, literal gold rush. It's the best way to make money online. And all the people, it's really unfortunate, but a lot of gurus online is going to tell you to do one thing, but in reality, they're doing another thing. And most of the time, they're going to be monetizing with some sort of digital product themselves. This month, in June, I'm launching a brand new video where I'm going to show you step-by-step how I take a brand new idea for a digital product that I came up with myself through the audience feedback, through all these things that I'm telling you in this video, and I'm launching it. And then I'm going to show you how I launch it, the email sequences, everything I do, the promotions, everything I do step by step in the long tutorial video, right? And I'm going to drop this video in June. So if you're new, don't forget to subscribe on my YouTube channel so you're not miss it out. And with that being said, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you learned something from it. I really hope you did, okay? I love you all, and I catch you in the next one.